I mean, I would have bought that house over there, but the problem is it's excluded from a lot of the sunshine in the summer months. You know, the sun will be shining over here, but not over there. But it's probably because a lot of north-facing, like we're sitting north-facing at the moment, a lot of north-facing properties have a problem in the summer months that they can't get to sleep because the sun's belching through their bedroom windows at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, even later. And then the problem in the winter is they don't see the sun if you're in the north-facing slope for sometimes weeks or months on end. But I would prefer to have a property north-facing, because in the summer you can sit out, you know, in the garden and watch your neighbours' houses in the shade while you enjoy late evening sunshine with a Pimm's, nice glass of Pimm's with some fruit, lemons, and you know. I first drank Pimm's when I was in London. I know it's a kind of peculiar thing to do, but I just thought, I don't want to drink lager. I'm going to drink Pimm's. So it was a kind of thing that didn't last very long. It wasn't really a done thing to go and order a Pimm's. But saying that, it's a very popular drink in London. Very popular. I do like Pimm's. But of course, Pimm's is, I mean, you've got to buy it by a bottle or a litre, and you know, it's not something you want to drink every day, so not really anyway. And therefore I've got a big litre bottle of Pimm's, which is, I don't drink in the house, you see, at all, so it's been sitting there for too long. I think I've thrown it out, actually. It's a bit of a waste of money, to be honest, but I used to have brandy and whiskey, Pimm's, and I used to always keep a bottle of Advocaat. I don't know why, but I think Advocaat, you know, is a Dutch drink or something, but it's always a traditional bottle that was put on the sideboard for Hogmanay celebrations, you know, after the bells. Crack open the Advocaat, and we'll all get pissed. You know. Again, I wasn't really a big New Year fan. I was, because I was running. I was always competing on the 1st and 2nd of January, so I did miss out on a lot of these ones. But when I was younger, before I started my running, you know, seriously, I had good memories of New Year celebrations, and all the neighbours coming through the house and stuff, and sitting, and then the next lot coming in, and the next lot. When people used to go first footing, as they called it in Scotland, and we used to go around and visit people ourselves and stuff. But I always remember, anyone of the older generation will remember Tartan Special, cans of Tartan Special. These tartan cans with a very jolly person on the can, or Sweetheart Stout with females on them. I don't know why they had females on a can of stout. No, a bottle of stout. It was cans of Tennant's lager which had females on them, scantily clad females. You had to put your hand over the can so your granny didn't see it and give you a row. You know. We used to get one of my grandfather. I mean, he was not really that miserable, but until it came to New Year, because he used to serve you any spirits in a glass the size of a large thimble. I still remember these glasses. They were very, very smart glasses, actually, but they were tiny, absolutely tiny. And we used to get a drink, and I can't remember what happened. It's sherry. I got sherry and whiskey and things like that. Even at 10-year-old, it's amazing. Yeah, it was good fun. My mum used to go to, I mean, she used to go totally over the top when it came to that. It was a big thing in the 1970s as well to have cocktail sticks. And these cocktail sticks that Mum made up was of these cheeses and small pickled onions, silver scrin. Is that the way you pronounce the name of that company that made them? And she had pineapple cubes. So you have cheese, pineapple cube, and these pickled onions, something else you put on them. There's a lot of work involved. But there were I think the posh version would be something like canopies. But Mum would make cocktail sticks, and you would have these. And there was always lots of cakes and shortbread. There was loads of shortbread and crisps and nuts and everything like that. Now, they were really good times, and as I said, all the neighbours would come in, and or we'd go and visit them. But everyone went to each other's houses. It was just fantastic. But after about the age of, I think age of 15, I didn't involve myself in any more New Year celebrations until I think I was about 21, 22. I was 20. I was 20. That's another story. I'll tell you someday. But I was thinking about the going into that hardware store where I got that photograph of the clocks. And the gentleman that served me is a new face to me. I've not seen him before. But immediately I thought, what a very polite person. One of these people who is certainly of a different era. So immediately I thought he's a character for one of my books. And so we immediately opened up in conversation because I thought, well, if he can be this polite over me buying a little mop head, then we're certainly going to get in a lot more meaningful conversations, and that's exactly what we did. And I said, do you mind if I go out and get my camera and come in and photograph your clock saying 10 to 2? There is a purpose for it. So he was most agreeable. Reminds me of the chap back in the springtime. And again, another person that I would be quite willing to include in one of my chapters of any book. It was the day I stopped at Pitlochry for something to eat. And I decided I wasn't going to pay £8.95 for a piece of fish to sit and eat in my car. So I drove on, and I got to this Moulin Hotel, and I was absolutely starving. Up and down kept texting me during lunch, but I didn't mind. And I was quite taken aback by this man's. He was definitely not from the He wasn't from the 21st century. He came from probably the latest I would give him would be about 1981, 1982. He certainly was definitely fit the bill of somebody from the 50s. About 57, 58 possibly. I mean that in a nice way, of course, not a rude way. He was very, very mannerable and very, not overly so, just Very interesting person, actually. I just thought, not very talkative, really, but he was just fascinating. So anyway, I did have a fish and chips for my lunch, and, and then he came out and said it'll be £16.95. So I would have been better off sitting eating an £8.95 piece of fish in my car after all. But that was a beautiful day, and I remember going all the way over to Kirkmichael and stuff because I wanted to do that journey. I hadn't done it for years.